Today on I Need a Hobby, we are going to be making some string art from scrap wood. Yes, you heard that right. Priceless museum quality artifacts from scrap wood. You can do this yourself. I'm your host, Phil Pickleson. Let's get started. So first we're going to take a few pieces of scrap wood. If you don't have scrap wood, you can go to your neighbor's fence, take a chunk off and act like nothing happened. We are going to square these off and cut these to size, and we got 3 pieces ready to go. I went on the line, found a few pieces of artwork that I liked. We got a pumpkin, a candy corn, and a ghost, and we're going to cut these out, get them ready to trace. So we got some carbon copy paper. You can find a link in the description here. We're going to tape it to our scrap wood along with the design. Next, we are going to trace this. Make sure you remember what your 3rd grade teacher told you. Stay in the lines. If you need help with that, I always have a coloring book that you can practice on. As you can see, I have the steadiest hands on this side of the Mississippi. Trace to perfection. Next, we're going to take a piece of acrylic. You can find an old picture frame, and you're going to want to break this in the most unpredictable and potentially dangerous way possible. That's all right, though. We got just a small little piece. We only need a small little piece, so it'll work just fine. So take your 2 nails and figure out the spacing that you want. Take a Sharpie and mark the tips of those nails, just for reference if you want to copy me, loser. About a 3/8 of an inch, or if you're in Europe, or pretty much every continent and country in the world besides the US, it was about 1 centimeter, maybe 9 millimeters. Take a drill bit and drill out those 2 marks that you made. Now we're able to witness the sheer beauty, simplicity, and design of this acrylic template. This is going to give us equal spacing all the way around. So here we are just taking the nail, or pivoting around the previous one, taking the hole, lining it up with the outline, and just pounding in a little, right? We just want just the tip, right? We're just creating starter holes. As you can see, this template works great for getting that equal spacing. So when your friends ask, did you get this from Hobby Lobby or Etsy? You can say, bitch, I am Etsy. Okay? The goal here is to make them feel insecure about how much talent you possess compared to them. And this is going to allow you to say condescending things to them like, I just prefer handmade over bought, and I just did it because I was bored. Anyways. Moving on, we are going to be sanding off that carbon copy line there, and as you can see, the holes disappeared and all of our hard work has vanished. So you're going to want to go back to the beginning of the video and restart this project all over again. Just kidding, they were clogged with a little sawdust. All we need to do is blow these out a little bit. No worries, just like lost socks, they always come back. I'll be using a little dark walnut Danish oil to stain and protect this. So this is a nice 1-step process here. It's got a little linseed oil in it, so not only are you staining it, but you're also protecting it. So shout out to the Danes for such a wonderful product. The other only notable invention by the Danish is Legos. So you can blame them for having to take the Lord's name in vain as you step on one as you're going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I'm going to be using some 1-inch white decorative nails here, and it's best practice to start in the middle rather than doing the border first. It's just a lot easier to hold the nail and pound those in, so work your way from the inside to the outside. Use a flathead screwdriver to adjust those nail heads. You want to get that spacing just right. Be careful not to impale yourself. You're also going to want to make sure that these nails are all at the same height. So constantly check to make sure these are all about the same height, and that's just going to help on the back end when you're stringing this up. If you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you for enduring my commentary. If you do not like my humor, you are free to talk to my wife, and I'm sure she would have a lot to say and agree upon. Consider subscribing. Actually, please subscribe. I'm really trying to get the new pair of Heeley shoes. I want to show my daughter and my wife just how cool the concept of being able to walk and rollerblade are at the same time. If you do subscribe, I will let you be the first one to sign my cast as I inevitably break my wrist trying to show off in front of a Build-A-Bear at the mall. So finally we have these ready to go, ready to be stringed up, and they look beautiful even just as they are, but we are going to add a little color to this. So I got some nice vibrant orange here. And the way that I do this is I just make a single overhand knot, find a random nail, and tie this nice and tight around it. You may be thinking the single overhand knot's going to fail, it's going to unravel, but it's not. We're going to super glue this into place. I like doing this. It's a lot more streamlined than a double overhand knot. And when you cut it, the ends of the yarn don't fray because it's all super glued into kind of one place. So just a pro tip there, you only need a single overhand knot. A little super glue will do the trick. You can trust me, you can trust my opinion. It is superior than yours because I went to the Cranbrook Institute of Arts, one of the finest institutions for fine arts, with a major in elderly arts and a minor in useless shelf decorations. So when you're ready to be done with your design, you think it looks fantastic, here's how I terminate the yarn here. So all I'm going to do is just wrap this around a random nail a few times, okay, and that's going to kind of lock it into place. And again, we're going to super glue this, just a little dab will work, and then we're going to cut it. And afterwards, if that knot's showing, you can kind of super glue it a little bit, use a little pick tool, a pencil, whatever you got to manipulate it, hide that knot, and bang, you got museum quality art. I'm going to show one more example. I'm going to do the candy corn here. My ghost was kind of frightening, not in a good way, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut so you can enjoy this. So cue the dramatic music and I'll be right back to annoy you one more time. Wow, what an absolute masterpiece. Make your friends feel jealous and insecure about themselves compared to the raw talent you possess. If you liked the video, please subscribe so I can get my Heelys. I want to show my daughter and my wife what's up. Again, I'm your host, Chadwick Worthington. We'll see you next time.